Welcome to match 2 of the minor leagues, season 2. I'm Hawk, joined by Alexei. We have here the Paradox versus Exodunks. Take us through what the teams worked in as.
Well, we see the Power Ducks have brought their team all in a big ball at 50k. Can potentially be trying to keep range with that, whereas the Exodunks team have spread themselves out over about 10 to 20k towards the beacon. They're bringing their battleship, their prophecy, and their frigate in close with their destroyer, and finally their Logi spread out that bit further back. We're probably going to see him kiting back from that position when the match kicks off.
Yeah, so we have the countdown running in local now, about 15 seconds to go, and then this match will be underway. I expect to see the Paradox team, they're saying at 50, they want to kite around, they'll probably use that Punisher to just kind of fly in and try and do a little bit of screening. They really need to keep some of that heavy tackle off of their bigger ships to allow that Tempest to just get in and get about the other team. Immediately as the match starts, we see the Prophecy from the Exodunks team just come burning up straight in, dropping infiltrators, dropping damage drones, ready to put them on. We see Ogres getting dropped from the Armageddon as well, so they're going full on damage. They just need to burn this Ducks team down as fast as they can.
Yes, and we see not potentially range kiting coming out of the Ducks team. They're mainly just trying to keep the range, get transversal, avoid questionable actually, because there are no turrets coming in against them. A lot of damage going down onto the Rifter of the Exodunks team, however, which has been burning in to try and get tackle on. Actually, I'm not sure what it's gone to get tackle on at this precise moment.
Yeah, it looks like he's up in the backfield, so he's trying to get tackle on. Looks like maybe the Caracal or something, just get in there. Now, the Rifter, he's taking a lot of damage, but Nita in that Executor doing a great job keeping him alive. The damage on that Tempest is just starting to bleed through as well. Now, as he runs out of boosters, he's going to drop very, very fast, especially with no logic to keep him up. As soon as he runs out of charges, it's going to be bye-bye for him. He's not going to be able to run and cap very long.
A huge amount of damage, dropping that Tempest, beginning to bleed into armor soon, whereas that Rifter is not looking like it's going to stay around long, even if it managed to pull away from the Punisher now. It's got Scram Web tackle, it's got the ability to actually pull range on other tackle frigates that just have a web, and that's what it's managed to do, trying to stay alive and make itself useful later in the match. Yeah,
that Rifter is starting to drop, although he was saved by the Executor. I think what we're seeing there is the burst damage coming from that Caracal. Of course, with Rapid Lights, as he runs out of his clip, there's a huge amount of DPS that drops off the field for about 30 seconds or so as he reloads and then suddenly gets applied again.
Speaking of a huge amount of DPS dropping off that field, that Tempest is going into Hull now and not going to last long because he's got nowhere else he can get durability from now. His ancillary is gone, he is just going to be burning through that Hull now.
Yeah, at the moment we're seeing split DPS from the Ducks team. We're seeing DPS on the Prophecy, Executor and the Dragoon. So if they want to kill anything, they really need to just focus that down. Now that Executor is dropping low, he is bleeding Hull, so I don't expect to see him last much longer. If they can kill him before that Caracal hits reload, they maybe even have a chance to start pulling this out, because they can just start defanging the Geddon and the Prophecy. Now with that Executor down as he's just gone, that's a big, big blow.
Yes, and that was tackle from the Punisher would have made that quite as possible as it was. Meantime, we've seen the Rifters gone out, got tackle on that Ferox, and that's potentially going to be the next focus of damage. They're taking out the big damage dealers first. They're still going to have a lot of logistics capability in this team from Exodunks. They've got those drone bays still, especially that of the Geddon and the Prophecy. But we're seeing a lot of damage back on that Rifter again, and without proper Logi support, it's gone.
Yeah, so that Ferox is now about to hit armor, so that's another huge chunk of DPS that's going to be removed from the Paradox team. Really, really important to not underestimate how much damage that Caracal can put out on these ships, and it can just kite around at range and just snipe drones if it wants to. That Talwar should be doing the same thing. Well, that Punisher can just get in about them and just hold down the heavy tackle ships. The Ferox is now down, so it's now 3-on-3.
Yes, one of the biggest losses of finally losing that Rifter is the ability to go out and pin down these kiting ships like the Caracal and the Talwar. They're going to have pretty much free reign at this point, because the only tackle properly remaining is going to be on that Prophecy and that Geddon, and they are just not going to be able to get close if they're not allowed to.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a bunch of Ogres chasing down that Talwar now. So perhaps maybe they should be pulling back those Ogres and dropping Maybe light drones, I would suggest.
However, we're seeing newts on that Talwar. If that loses its prop mod and its hardeners, it will drop to ogres. We've seen it a couple of times happening in the cup, and it's probably going to be happening here in a second because its shields are gone now. In the same time, that Punisher's gone.
Yeah, Dragoon, Punisher, and Talwar are now down. So now it's just down to Laloka in the Caracal to solo Prophecy and an Armageddon. That is a big ask. Right there, that is a big ask.
It's a huge ask for this ship because it simply doesn't have the sustained damage output to get through two big chunks of the HP like that. The benefit of the Caracal is always in those rapid lights. In fact, it has these bursts of huge DPS which it can apply properly to targets, and that's what we saw it break the Execura with.
He is burning out quite far from the arena at the moment, but unlike the AT, where if you're down in this situation where you're definitely going to die, you could just go the Edge of Glory. In this particular format, every single ship loss, you get points for the ships that die in the enemy team, and at the end of the season, the point difference can be the decider. In fact, I do believe the minor league last year was decided by 1 point, so one frigate kill over 5 matches, because the teams were tied so close together on win-loss and points killed. Basically, Laloka, he can't kill the Prophecy or the Armageddon, but to save his team some points, he wants to try and stay alive until the end of the match now.
Well, however, he's going to have a hard time doing that because there's a set of Praetors that have just caught up to him. He's got a Warrior still active. It's going to try to do its best, but it's going to be a valiant effort against the odds, with those Praetors now digging into the Caracal's shields.
Yeah, that Caracal also going very, very slow, so perhaps he's also burnt out his prop mod. That Armageddon just trundling up towards him. As soon as he gets in range, I mean, the Caracal's already got terrible capacitor. When it tries to run its Microwatt Drive and its 2 invulns, you've got maybe a minute or so before you're going to cap out. So very hard chip to fly correctly. And now those units are applied to that Caracal, so he's going to be completely capped out. His invulns are going to be off, and he is going to die very, very quickly now.
We did see, though, he was taking out those Praetors. Only 2 of the original Praetors that caught up with him remain now, and the rest have had to be relaunched.
Yep, if only they got points for killing drones.
Until they're up to fighter size, there's not even kill mails.
Yeah, and there's Laloka dropping now fast through armor. He is going to explode in just a few seconds, and as soon as he does, we will be handing this one back to the studio.